Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
WRAL following breaking news right now. A large police investigation in a Fayetteville neighborhood. We have video from the scene.
And the last bit of rain that came through last night is moving out of the southern part of the viewing area. I'll show you what to expect for the rest of the day.
Also, for the first time today, women will begin play at the soccer tournament in Cary. How players are feeling ahead of today's matches. Started with the men last year, now men and women, and both playing for $1 million. That is a huge tournament. A nice way to start our Friday here. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Catherine Brown in for Renee Chu. We want to head right over to the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Elizabeth Gardner. It was a crazy night last night.
Yeah, lots of showers and thunderstorms across the area. Several warnings, too, especially in our northern counties. We do still have some activity down here across parts of Cumberland County and Sampson County. That is gradually sliding out of the viewing area, but we'll zoom in on this area right around Fayetteville, especially south of Fayetteville, Hope Mills. Still some lightning with this around Clinton, southward toward Garland, but it is headed out. We give it another hour to 2 hours, and that should be the end of it. And then it's quiet for at least the rest of the day today and Saturday. Here's a look at where that front is, and you can see it there pushing toward the coast, and it will continue to do so. We will gradually see some clearing. As a matter of fact, we're seeing a few breaks in the clouds in the triangle already. As we head through the morning, those clouds slide off the coast, and it'll be a nice sunny afternoon for us. We'll also see our wind shifting to northwesterly, and that's going to drag in some drier air. We'll start to feel it maybe late this afternoon and tonight, but this morning it is still warm and sticky out there. Clinton is wet. We're seeing some showers and thunderstorms there. 72 in the triangle with a dew point of 70. So it is very warm and very sticky to start with this morning. Hour by hour, we'll see temperatures in the upper 80s in the triangle with a slight drop in humidity. I'll show you what it will feel like each day this weekend coming up.
The breaking news we're following this morning. A police investigation is underway right now in a Fayetteville neighborhood. This is video of that scene on Danish Drive from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Very limited information we have so far about what's happening at that scene right now, but we do know officers have been there for over 3 hours. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is on the way to that scene right now, so just stay with us for a live report coming up within the next 30 minutes. Well, last night's storms left behind some slick roads, causing some trouble for drivers. At least 2 crashes happened along I-40 near Trailwood Road and Gorman Street. First responders were there at the scene of one crash around 11 last night. Before that, this video shows police cruisers and a car that appears to have hydroplaned and got turned around the wrong direction. There are no reports of any serious injuries with that.
Today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day. According to nonprofit Every Town for Gun Safety, more than 1,500 people die and 3,500 people are wounded by guns in North Carolina every year. North Carolina has the 14th highest rate of gun violence in the U.S. This morning, Congresswoman Deborah Ross is hosting a roundtable with the Wake County Sheriff and the Raleigh Police Chief, as well as local organizations. They're set to talk about ways to address gun violence within our communities.
Floats like these could be allowed back into Raleigh parades once again. It would be the first time since 11-year-old Haley Brooks was hit by a truck while dancing in the 2022 Raleigh Christmas Parade. A city spokesperson says special events staff met with parade organizers to review the city's protocols surrounding motorized parades. The Shine Like Haley Act advocates for vehicle safety inspections done at least 7 days prior to a parade. One of the act's co-sponsors says he's thankful safety measures are being considered.
I applaud the fact that Raleigh is considering this, and it looks like that if these rules pass, that we will see vehicles again.
One safety recommendation involves having organizers provide proof of safety checks for vehicles within 30 days of an event. The city plans to gather feedback from community and will present a plan of action to City Council June 18th.
Well, this morning, Governor Roy Cooper will be in Fayetteville for a community event recognizing NC Safe Week. SAFE stands for Secure All Firearms Effectively, and this is the second annual week of action. The event will be held at the Smith Recreation Center from 9 a.m. until noon. Local leaders will give a family-friendly presentation on gun safety, and there will be a touch-a-truck activity after. Authorities took 5 juveniles into custody after several car break-ins this week. Take a look at this. Butner officers found these 9 guns in the search for suspects, and 5 of them are stolen. This all started with a series of 4 vehicle break-ins Tuesday morning in the RTP area. Butner officers found the suspected vehicle involved and determined it had been stolen out of Wake County. Then they executed a search warrant, which is when they found all the stolen guns. Dozens of juvenile petitions have been filed against 5 young people in this case.
New this morning, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is coming to Washington. The Prime Minister will speak before Congress July 24th. All top leaders of the U.S. House and Senate signed on to the letter inviting Netanyahu. It's not clear whether the Prime Minister's visit to Washington will include a meeting at the White House.
Well, for the first time, the women will begin play today at the soccer tournament at Wake Med Soccer Park. Former U.S. women's national team players have formed their own team and have plans to win the $1 million prize. Former UNC Tar Heel and NC Courage player Heather O'Reilly is motivated to win on the same field she's won at collegiately and professionally.
I just had a lot of pride that this venue was selected, and I know they did their research, right? They obviously scoured the country looking for a good facility to do it at, and obviously the town of Cary and NCFC, and everybody is collaborating because they see the benefit of this, the value that it can bring everybody.
Very exciting. O'Reilly and the U.S. women will begin play at noon today versus Streetball Canada.
State lawmakers come to an agreement on a proposal to ban masks in public. Masking for health reasons is okay, but masks for protest are not. A few weeks ago, Senate Republicans passed a bill that did away with a COVID-era health exemption. Under that bill, people who wore masks in public for health reasons would have faced penalties. The new compromise allows for wearing a medical or surgical grade mask to prevent the spread of disease. The Senate passed the bill Thursday. The House is expected to pass it next week.
Well, this morning, we'll get a better idea of how the U.S. jobs market is doing. In April, only 175,000 jobs were added, marking one of the weakest months in the past 3 years. It was also well shy of economists' expectations. Economists estimate that May's jobs report could be similar, and they're expecting job growth of 180,000 and an unemployment rate that holds just under 4%. That report due out this morning at 8:30.
Boston Celtics stars showed up as they defeated the Dallas Mavericks in Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum combined for 38 points, including this one. Brown takes it to the basket. Look at that slam dunk right there. The Celtics won 107-89, and something to keep in mind, 70% of teams who win Game 1 end up taking the NBA Finals.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a good stat. You got to win the first one.
Yeah. All right, so Netflix is facing a lawsuit over one of its top shows to premiere this year. Still to come, we'll tell you about the lawsuit filed by the woman who is the alleged inspiration of the show Baby Reindeer.
And at least 6 people have gone to hospitals in our state this week for snake bites. What doctors say to do if this happens to you.
And taking a live look right now at North Hills. Oh, bright and cheerful there as we get started on this Friday morning. Cooler temperatures going to give us some relief from the humidity this weekend. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will join us after the break with a look at your forecast.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:41. Taking a look at dual Doppler 5000 radar this morning. We still have some lingering showers and thunderstorms with that cold front that came through overnight last night. We'll zoom in down to the south from Fayetteville southward across Cumberland County. Still some lightning and thunder here. Same thing, Clinton southward down toward Garland here in Sampson County. But that's going to be out of here within the next hour or so. We are seeing damp conditions across much of the viewing area. A lot of folks did see showers and thunderstorms overnight. So that was a look at Goldsboro. Temperatures this morning are in the low 70s, and it is still sticky out there. It's definitely still a shorts and t-shirts day, but the rain is over. It's going to be a dry afternoon. Gradually, we'll start to see a drop in humidity, but you'll feel it a bit more tomorrow. I'll show you what it will feel like and how long the humidity will stay low coming up.
A roof at this Florida 7-Eleven fell on a car with people inside. Take a look at this video. It happened after a severe thunderstorm and possible tornado moved through last night. This all happened in Castleberry, which is about 12 miles north of Orlando. Authorities say no one was hurt and the gas pumps were turned off quickly.
Alex Jones has agreed to liquidate his assets to pay the families affected by the Sandy Hook school shooting. Jones owes more than $1.5 billion for publicly insisting the Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax. The family sued Jones for defamation and emotional distress. In 2022, a jury found him liable. As of now, the families have not received a penny. The liquidation means Jones will lose control of InfoWars, the company he founded in 1990.
Good Earth Lighting is recalling more than 1 million lights after one death and multiple fires. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the rechargeable integrated lights can overheat. And according to Good Earth, in addition to the death, the company is aware of at least 9 more reports of overheating, 6 of those causing fires and damage. If you own one of these lights, you are advised to stop using it immediately.
Work is being done to address issues with school resource officers in Cumberland County schools. Sheriff Ennis Wright met with the superintendent, the school board chair, and local law enforcement to work out a plan to keep schools safe. The sheriff says staffing shortages and difficulty recruiting are the reasons his office will no longer provide deputies there to several schools. School system leaders issued a statement saying, "We will continue to collaborate closely with the sheriff's office and local police departments to provide a safe environment for all. All agencies remain dedicated to this shared goal." A Scottish woman who claims to be the inspiration behind Martha from the Netflix show Baby Reindeer is suing the streaming giant. Fiona Harvey filed the defamation lawsuit yesterday. Harvey is seeking at least $170 million in damages, and she is accusing Netflix of negligence, emotional distress, and violating her right of publicity. She says the streaming giant failed to fact-check the claims made in the show. Baby Reindeer tells the story of the show's creator's stalker.
We now know who will be the new chancellor at NC Central University, but her hiring is creating a vacancy at another UNC system school. Dr. Carrie Dixon was chosen to lead NC Central. She'll be leaving her post as chancellor of Elizabeth City State University. Dixon is a first-generation college graduate of multiple UNC institutions. We asked her about the future of DEI at NC Central after the Board of Governors voted to dismantle the policies.
I'm really looking at how we work together with our faculty, work together with our students, because everyone is welcomed at NCCU, and we want to continue to tell that story because that's something that we take pride in.
The outgoing chancellor, Johnson Akinleye, has been in the role for 8 years. His last day is June 30th. And that means there are still 4 schools in the UNC system seeking a chancellor: North Carolina A&T State, UNC Chapel Hill, Appalachian State, and now Elizabeth City State added to that list.
Lufthansa Airlines flights to and from RDU are now underway. Yesterday afternoon, the airline had its first arrival and departure from Raleigh. The incoming flight came from Frankfurt, Germany. Lufthansa is one of the world's largest airlines when including its subsidiaries. This is just the latest example of how RDU has grown in the last couple of years. This year, the airport will add 3 new international destinations, bringing the total to 10, the most ever for RDU. Snake bite season is here. Dozens of folks in North Carolina are already being treated in local emergency rooms. So far this year, at least 50 people have received anti-venom treatment through Duke, UNC, and Wake Med hospitals. There were 6 this week. North Carolina is home to 6 venomous snake species. The state wildlife department says copperheads are the most dangerous, making up roughly 90% of our state's venomous bites. If you get bit, doctors say you need to keep as still as possible and get to an emergency room.
Most of the things that people do cause harm. Even something as simple as ice, we shouldn't apply ice to it. Definitely don't cut anything. Sucking doesn't work and actually can increase the size of the wound. Do not put a tourniquet on.
Fatal snake bites are extremely rare, but doctors say you should be extra careful the next time you take your trash out, especially around dawn or dusk.
All right, this weekend, the Tar Heels will host their 9th college basketball super regional since 2007. The Heels beat out LSU on Monday to keep their season alive, and now the team turns its attention to one team only, West Virginia. Game 1 of the super regional against West Virginia, slated for tonight at 6 o'clock in Chapel Hill.
And take a look at this. Yes, Pinehurst Resort and Country Club, home of Pinehurst #2. And we have some action down there, capturing some lightning last night. Wow, of course, the U.S. Open is returning to Pinehurst next week. We're hoping for some dry weather for that. Pinehurst #2 hosting the championship that gets underway Thursday with first round play. It'll be a busy week down there all throughout. Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. That was right at the time there when some of that rain was coming through. Now it's pushed off.
Yeah, lots and lots of lightning. We still have some in our southern counties, but it has pushed out of or at least Pinehurst at this point. It is gone. But we're looking at some nice weather to start next week. And I don't know very much about golf, but Jeff has been talking to me about the U.S. Open all week. And so apparently golfers will start to arrive Sunday and Monday. And the weather looks pretty good to start next week. Too early to tell about what may happen as the first rounds kick off on Thursday. Right now we have some showers and thunderstorms lingering from the system down here in the southern part of Cumberland County and from Clinton southward down toward Garland. We'll give that about another hour and it should be out of here. We had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings pop up along and ahead of our front yesterday. None of those are lingering, and so far we haven't had any reports of damage, so that was good, but we're looking at the potential for some straight line wind damage. Here's Futurecast, still dealing with some clouds across parts of the region this morning, but by lunchtime we should be all clear and sunny. We'll start to see our wind shifting to southwesterly. It is still very sticky, so it's going to take some time to push this very muggy air mass out of here, so you may not see that much of a change today. Maybe this evening you'll start to notice it. We're still seeing the rain falling right now. In Clinton, streets are wet, a few rumbles of thunder there, and it is warm, 72 degrees. Still have that southwest wind, so we're waiting to see that southwest wind shift to northwesterly, and then we'll have to give it some time for us to change over the air mass. We do have the tower lit in purple this morning. We're seeing some mostly cloudy skies across a good chunk of the region, especially from the Triangle area eastward. Look at this gorgeous shot. Our weather watcher, Tammy Turner, sent us this beautiful sunset at Falls Lake yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous, as those clouds were rolling in and the thunderstorms were starting to develop. We would love to see your photos too. Go to WRAL.com, search Weather Watchers, and upload some photos for us. 89 in Raleigh and Durham today, 92 in Fayetteville, so we do still stay hot. It is tropical right now, way up on that muggy meter, but later we'll start to see that dropping. So for today and tomorrow, it starts to fall a little bit. It bumps up Sunday and drops a little bit more on Monday. And here's why. So we have the cold front that brought us the storms overnight last night. That shifts eastward. Gradually, we'll start to see some drier air. We'll feel it tonight and tomorrow. But on Sunday, another front approaches. That's going to bump up our humidity. The humidity is there in green. And then after that, we see another drop in our humidity for Monday and Tuesday. And it may drop a little bit more then. Baseball this weekend, today and tomorrow, looking nice temperatures at game time in the mid-80s. A drop in humidity, especially for Saturday. But Sunday's going to be a little bit hotter. We may have some storms after midnight on Sunday. We're going to give that a 20% chance. And then the potential for a few isolated storms again Tuesday and Wednesday.
Elizabeth, thank you. Parents are looking to pop culture for inspiration when thinking about a name for their child. It was a very big decision. Still to come, we'll tell you about some of the names that are most popular this year.
And Dolly Parton is working on her next project. We'll tell you about the Broadway musical she is helping to create.
Whether it's gearing up for a summer vacation or spending more time outdoors at home, June is a great month to save money on some top-rated products. 5 on Your Side's Keely Arthur has the top buys for June, handpicked by Consumer Reports.
Have you purchased your Father's Day gift yet? It's June 16th. If you need to drill down your gift-giving ideas, well, do it with this drill. DeWalt cordless drill is as low as $149 at Ace Hardware and Lowe's. And if your dad isn't particularly thrilled about doing more work around the house, consider getting him a new smartwatch. The Garmin Venue 2 Plus is as low as $299 at Amazon. And towards the end of the month, be on the lookout for early 4th of July sales.
The end of June tends to be when retailers will start their July 4th sales. That means you can get discounts on things like large appliances and grills especially, as well as anything else for your outdoor needs.
This electric pressure washer is as low as $140 at Acme Tools. Finally, pro tip, if you don't have to buy anything in June, you're probably better off waiting until July.
Amazon has already announced that Prime Day is happening, and that means other retailers will have sales too. So everything is going to be on sale for much better prices in July than you'll find this month.
Keely Arthur, 5 on Your Side.
Consumer Reports says Amazon hasn't announced specific dates for Prime Day, saying only it will take place at some point in July.
If you're afraid of spiders, this is going to creep you out a bit. There are reports large invasive jumping spiders invading the East Coast. It's called the Joro spider. They're about 1 inch long and legs can span up to 4 inches. The spiders are from East Asia, but could start showing up in northern states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware this summer. They were found here in North Carolina and other states in the South back in 2022. The spiders are venomous, but a bite from them is not deadly. There is some good news out of all this. They're relatively harmless to you and your pets.
Spiders, snakes, you're scaring us this morning.
I know.
Goodness. All right, Costco no longer selling books year-round. This is a major blow to the publishing industry. The New York Times reports the wholesale retailer will only roll out books for the holidays and special promotions. Costco execs say it's looking to cut back on labor costs associated with stocking the books, and that's because workers have to stock books by hand. Most other items can be rolled out on pallets.
This year, parents are looking to entertainment for baby name inspiration. The parenting site Baby Center found the most popular names this year are inspired by movies and TV. For instance, Johnny, right? Is that how I'm saying that? Played by Zendaya in Dune Part 2. That's been trending. Similarly, the name Percy from Disney Plus show Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It's a hit for boys and girls. Bridgerton is also having a moment. Penelope, Charlotte, Anthony, Eloise, Francesca, and Gregory are also becoming hot picks.
Dolly is coming to Broadway. Country music icon Dolly Parton is planning a musical inspired by her life. The 11-time Grammy winner is said to be writing some new songs that will pair with past hits for the stage show. It's titled, what else? Hello, I'm Dolly. She also said to be co-writing the stage story. Parton says she hopes the show will hit Broadway in 2026.
PNC Arena showed some love to rapper Megan Thee Stallion before she performed last night. Check out the custom jacket they gave her. She posted this video of it on her social media. It has her name on it and a nod to the Carolina Hurricanes also. Megan Thee Stallion's stop in Raleigh is in part of her Hot Girl Summer Tour.
We're following breaking news this morning. A large police investigation is underway in a Fayetteville neighborhood. We'll tell you exactly what's happening here.
And last night's storms caused some issues for drivers. We'll show you the aftermath of 2 crashes caused by cars hydroplaning.
And you can check out a cool exhibit ahead at the U.S. Open in Pinehurst. We'll tell you about the interactive experience that is free to attend this weekend.